Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded anything. I won't go into too much detail, but we moved house and uni started again and kind of just a lot was happening. So yeah, I'm back now and hopefully I will, I say this every time, but hopefully I will be able to maintain a regular schedule. But I thought for this video it might be fun to do a little kind of Q&A type session because I saw one of those ask me anything posts on Tumblr and it was all language learning related, so I've written some of them down and I'm just going to answer some of them. So the first question is, what is your native language? My native language is English. No surprises there. What other languages are you learning and what levels are you at? So currently I'm learning Japanese, Korean and Chinese. So Japanese, I did pass the N4 last year in December, a whole year ago. Whether I'm still at that level is debatable. I haven't been studying Japanese very diligently and I would definitely say that my level has slipped. Smudge! For Korean, I think I'm kind of higher beginner moving into intermediate. Chinese, I'm very beginner, kind of know some very basic things. For other languages that I have studied, I did French at school for 5 years. I did get a B in my GCSE, but I could not tell you anything in French now. I've dabbled in Thai, Spanish and Swedish, but I didn't make any real progress with those. I would like to kind of learn the basics of Spanish this year, 2020. Next question is, do you want to raise your children multilingual? Yes, definitely. If I have children, I want them to know every language. What languages do you want to learn in the future? So I already said I want to learn some more Spanish, Swedish, Tagalog, German. I'm sure there's others that I just can't think of off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I've written them down somewhere in a list. Smudge, don't sit on my notes! Smudge! Would you ever be interested in learning or creating a Conlang? So a Conlang is, if you don't know, a constructed language, so it's a made-up language. So in Game of Thrones, they're all Conlangs. And yes, I would like to learn and create one. I think it's awesome. I think I would definitely like to learn Elvish, probably, from Lord of the Rings. I feel to create one though, I don't have enough understanding of how language works. I feel I'd have to do some more studies into linguistics. But yeah, it's definitely something that would be awesome. What are your favourite resources? Now, this is a tough question. I mostly use textbooks. Sometimes I'll use apps, but Smudge, no. Yeah, sometimes I'll use apps, but not as my main focus. I'll usually use them to complement my textbook studies. So I'll use them for vocab or something like that. For Japanese, let's see. I do like the Stormatome textbooks for the JLPT. For Korean, if I had to just choose one, probably the Vitamin Korean series. I'm reading them all off my shelf. Probably the Vitamin Korean series. I think they're really good. They're my favourite textbooks for Korean that I've used. For Chinese, I haven't really studied enough Chinese yet, I don't think, to kind of judge my textbooks fairly. For apps, Chinese Skill is a good one. And I've been using Dear Plus for Korean vocab. It's just vocab, so it's a spin-off from Lingo Dear that just teaches you vocab. Bumpo was a good one for Japanese, but now they've made it paid. So for a lifetime account it's £30, and I don't really want to spend £30 on an app. Vocab or grammar? Grammar, definitely. I hate studying vocab. I never remember it. It seems that no matter what I do, it just the words just don't stick in my brain. But I could study grammar all day. Just give me a grammar book and I'll just sit there and learn all the grammar. Does your dream job involve languages? At the moment I would like to do translation. I'm not sure in what field or what exactly I would be translating, but yeah, something to do with culture. I'm not really that sure. I haven't looked that much into it. I'm kind of just trying to graduate at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to use languages or live in a country where one of my target languages is spoken. So even if I don't do translation, I would like to live in Japan or Korea or somewhere like that. how do other people react when they find out about you learning languages? I don't think I've had any bad reactions ever. I think everyone's kind of like, oh, that's so cool, like, what made you do that, you know? So yeah, everyone's very positive, no one's judgy. Yeah, everyone's just like really interested to kind of know more. They're like, oh, you know, what made you start learning Japanese? Like, that's really interesting. Because here, I mean, like England generally, but I mean, especially where I live, if people do learn, like, if English people do learn a language, it would be like a European language. Like at school, the only options were like French and Spanish and German. There are like language meetups, but it's always like French, Spanish, German, maybe Italian at a push. So yeah, learning Asian languages, and especially with like Chinese, people are like, oh, isn't that really hard? And I'm like, no, it's actually quite simple once you can get your head around tones. So yeah, I kind of like to use it as like an excuse to like educate people, because especially with China, like, I'm probably going to do a whole video on this, but Chinese isn't as bad as people think. Everyone's like, oh my god, Chinese is so hard. It's not, it's all good. Yeah, good reactions around. So yeah, those were the questions. I only selected a few, so I will link to the full post in the description box if you want to check it out, reblog it, get some questions. Let's all answer some questions. Who doesn't love getting questions? So yeah, hopefully this is the start of some regular uploads. Hope you enjoyed this video, learn a little bit more about me, and I'll see you next time.